one loves person two. Guess what? Shenanigans ensue. Person one hates person two. Guess what? Still shenanigans ensue. Person one fake dates person two. Guess what? You guessed it. Shenanigans ensue. Co-host one reports a co-host two. The name of the show? Shenanigans ensue. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jane, and welcome to Shenanigans Ensue.
A podcast where, if only you were a real criminal.
Finally, I meet someone who believes I'm innocent, and they're disappointed. Each episode we'll watch a rom-com and discuss its merits as a member of the rom-com genre.
We'll cover well-worn classics, hidden gems, and everything in between.
We'll give you our unsolicited opinion on every trope, caper, and flim-flam the film used, or maybe abused.
And of course, the
Shenanigans! Surprise!
Surprise bonus episode.
You know we love a Christmas rom-com around here, and we couldn't resist.
Yeah, we had to squeeze one more in. And we have a brand new, hot off the presses rom-com. If you were ever thinking to yourself, hey, I wish that they would have made Ocean's 11 a rom-com.
Then do we have good news for you?
Yeah.
It's also funny because this is dropping on Christmas Eve, and the crux of the storytelling, plot, stuff happens on Christmas Eve, which is not uncommon for a Christmas movie, but still.
Right. It is the silliest rom-com concept I think I've seen in a while.
And that's saying something.
And of course, we are talking about the brand new 2025 special from Netflix, Jingle Bell Heist.
We love a pun. We love a cheesy pun.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've had a chance to catch this when it's just been dropped, but if not, quickly go have a peek and then come back and listen to this episode.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything because there's a bit of a twist at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is projected pretty far, but it's still fun.
Aside from the happy ending, you know.
Oh.
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah. I was wondering how they were going to squish it in.
Me too.
Fix it for him, but
Yeah.
I was not expecting necessarily this direction. I knew that they were going to do something, so this was fun.
Absolutely. I was also wondering how we're going to redeem these characters, especially Nick, but they circled the square.
Uh-huh. So, I'll give you a quick plot synopsis so that you can get on the same page. Nick and Sophia meet when Nick catches Sophia on the surveillance camera stealing from the lost and found at the Sterling department store she works at.
Together, they hatch a plan to pull a much bigger heist on Christmas Eve.
Shenanigans ensue. I also think it's important to note that they first hatch a medium-sized plan that then immediately goes to pot. So then they hatch an even bigger sized plan, which immediately goes to pot as well. So then with the help of a deus ex machina additional figure in their lives, they then hatch a final plan.
Do you know what I actually appreciate is the fact that we see how they fail disastrously multiple times because neither of them have the skills to pull this off.
It's crazy.
It's so half-baked and poorly thought out. It is actually really great that we watch them struggle and fail.
I had written down at some point, like, how does she know how to do magic? Can someone please riddle me this?
Grandfather!
Yeah, it was just like, okay, sleight of hand from grandpa. And then also he was a lock picker.
Yeah.
Your grandfather was a fraudster.
He was a scoundrel.
Yeah, he sat on piers doing the balls in the cup trick and hustling money off of people. That's what your grandfather did.
Yeah. Where's the lady in the park? You know. He was a con man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's call a spade a spade. The set of skills, I'm sorry, magician, questionable. That was not what he was really doing.
Lock picking is like what he said. And like perhaps he had legitimate jobs in those.
Yeah.
Okay, so like also this is really fun for me. I'm in Los Angeles for my tour right now. And I just went to LA's Magic Castle.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, which is the preeminent secret society castle that you can go be a member of. You can perform out if you're a magician. It's like members only. and guests of members and people that work there. It's an extremely exclusive, you must be invited situation. And we managed to get like invited through some friends of friends. And so we got to enjoy all of this magic. And I'm telling you, the sleight of hand game is actually so impressive.
Yeah.
People who can do it well, it is like magic. I know I'm being swindled. I know this is all baloney, and I'm so delighted by it as long as they're not taking my actual money.
That's one of the things that I really love and appreciate about magic. Like, I used to watch a lot of Penn and Teller back when I was a student.
So much fun.
You know it's a trick.
Yeah.
But it's done so masterfully, it almost makes you believe in the magic. Like, it's so weird, you know? It's like, I know that this is like a skill. Like, it's not real, but it's real because you are really capable of kerfuffling me.
Yeah. And like, that's part of the fun too, is like, my partner's not a magic person, but he had a sleight of hand that was so impressive that like 30 minutes later, 1,000-yard staring, I caught him deeply lost in thought. I was like, you're never going to recover, are you? And the first thing out of his mouth was, I was holding the card the whole time. And I was like, yeah. You got.
That's so funny.
It's so fun.
Anyway, Sophia's grandpa might know a magic trick or two, but no, he's a swindler. He's a hustler. He's a con man.
Okay, let's hit those tropes.
Let's do it.
We've got best friend. We've got a slow burn. I liked this slow burn. It was realistic.
Yeah.
We've got a meet cute. We have kissing as a distraction. I always love this one. And we have hidden identity. So many times. There's so many.
Yeah.
Do you have anywhere you want to start?
I really actually want to start with kissing as a distraction.
Let's go.
It tickles me so much because they do this, I feel, a lot more in a heisty kind of context with a romantic subplot than full-on rom-coms, probably. Like, the example I'm thinking of is in Captain America, where they make out on the escalator and they shoehorn it in by, like, public displays of affection make people uncomfortable. Let's smooch on this escalator. Okay. So the premise for it is always really funny to me, and this is no different. Both of them are dressed as Santas. They're breaking in. They're trying to like shut down the grid so they can break into a vault case. It's all very convoluted.
Yeah.
And then one of the buff bouncers or security guards, whatever, is come to investigate. And both of them in their Santa beards, Sophia fully like shoves Nick up against the wall and like starts kind of making out with him through their beards. It's very funny.
They're at like the Christmas party for the security firm that they're trying to breach.
Yeah.
And I just so loved that the security guard came around the corner, was like, oh no, there's people in the restricted area, sees two Santas making out, and is like, I hate the Christmas party.
I'm good.
And then just lets them be. I'm like, honestly, the most relatable.
So funny.
Anybody working during the holidays and dealing with working around people wwho are trying to be holiday-y, it's a nightmare.
It must be like an extra level of crappy because everyone else is trying to blow off steam from the year that's just been had. Most of the time it's been rough, and you are working while everyone else is like sometimes being the worst version of themselves, arguably.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, in the retail side, I wasn't retail per se, but I did work at the world's largest Macy's on 34th Street for a number of years as an elf. And a lot of the things that they are showing you in that department store are extraordinarily accurate. So,
including the puke.
Well, actually, I was going to say it later, but I'll do it now. There's really not a lot of puke. There are plenty of bodily fluids, but it tends to be pee because the kids don't want to get out of line to see Santa. So they won't tell their parents, and then they pee their pants moments before seeing him because of the excitement.
No.
So vomit? No, not really. Just a lot of pee.
You've heard it here first, folks.
It's better than puke.
Hot take. That's going to be the story's question. Which bodily fluid are you more comfortable cleaning up?
pee is so much easier to clean up than puke.
That is true. And hopefully no one's eating while they're listening to this. But
Too late.
puke, you have you have a gamble of like the consistency, like what that person has been eating.
Also, it's gonna smell, whereas the other one doesn't really smell once it's dry.
Yeah. Anywho,
You're welcome.
what would you like to talk about?
Okay. I would love to talk about the slow burn.
Yeah, this was really good.
Okay, spoiler alert, like there's a part of me that really loves this film and a part of me that really thinks they didn't nail it. Like I kind of love it and I'm also like meh. I oscillate aggressively between the two.
I feel that.
For example, when especially with the slow burn, why are the backstories so tragic? This is too heavy.
That was my feeling as well. I was like, okay, this is very real and very true, and like this stuff happens and it's important, but like it's bumming me out, man.
Yeah, I'm not having fun.
Yes. Why?
I like really thought that I was signing up for a film with two idiots bumbling around for some dumbass Christmas heist and then perhaps finding the Christmas spirit along the way or something. I didn't expect it to be like a redemption arc and really important for like their emotional closure of this situation. Like this was too much. And then the slow burn is so heavily predicated on this guy trying to be the best possible father, and she because of her own trauma, like they're basically trauma bonding over the fact that she's like, I wish I had a good father. Like this is too much.
It's
guys.
very
This is crazy.
It's very aggressive, it's very intense. Like I was so surprised by the fact that it is a slow burn because, full disclosure, based on what we were signing up for, even with like the opening, the banter that they have in the beginning, I thought we were signing up for enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought we were getting. They are unlikely duo, which is true.
Oh, yeah,
An
yeah.
unlikely duo who's forced to team up and like do this heist, and along the way they fall in love, but they constantly bickering. I was not expecting a slow burn. It was really satisfying to watch, but I was like, why aren't we doing enemies to lovers? Why is everything so sad and intense?
Yeah, you didn't need to make it like this. I think it would have been a lot more fun, and everyone could have had a lot more fun if we weren't like deeply devastated and like uncomfortable by what the characters had gone through.
It made it difficult to go between the physical comedy and the romp and all of that, and then go back to like, bam, heavy backstory, bam, mother dying in hospital.
That was enough, you know what I mean?
Bam, framed for...
Like the mom in the hospital is already as much drama as this movie should have had.
Yeah.
Everything after that was a little too much.
It was very intense. But coming back to the slow burn itself...
But it's just like, it's mad funny to me that the slow burn is predicated on trauma bonding and getting one over on the same guy that hurt them both.
Yeah.
I respect it. You guys are going to need so much therapy after this, but I respect it.
It even would have been okay if they both wanted revenge on this guy, but that the reasoning behind it wasn't so dark.
I would have loved it if the reasoning was super petty, or if he was just a really rotten guy in general and they just wanted to get one over on him because he deserved to have something bad happen to him.
Yes.
It didn't need to be personal. The personalness of it was like a lot.
It's very intense. It could have been as much as like he got the security guard fired. Like say the security guard is Nick's roommate and Sophia's really close to the security guard and he gets this guy fired and they want revenge.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's enough of a motivation for this kind of film for me. I'm not talking real life, guys. I just mean for this kind of film, for this kind of premise, like that's enough.
Yeah. Or even just something like, you know, two climate warrior types are really upset about this guy and the way that they're dumping toxins into like a river. Like it can be 1 degree separated. Like we're doing this for the good of humanity kind of thing would have been enough.
Yeah. It's too intense.
I can't. I have so many things to talk more about that when we get to Shenanigans.
Oh gosh. Okay, I would like to talk about the best friend.
Yeah.
Because he was really funny, Nick's roommate, who's like kind of trying to keep him on the straight and narrow, but kind of also being like, if there's another job.
I want in.
Wink, 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 wink. And he has some really funny lines when he's saying like, you don't have to be afraid because I told you my cousin was in MI6. I don't know, maybe he was just wearing a tux that day. And That actor must have had such a jam because I think he spent all of his shoot days on the couch. Like, we don't see him move.
Nope. He's only there in the apartment and then in the credits background stuff where
Yeah.
he takes on the knife and the fork for carving the turkey and he makes a real meal out of it. But
And that's it.
that's my time, folks. Thank you so much. I also just love the use of their hidden identities because they're constantly going undercover in the most silly ways.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
The Southern Belle who suddenly needs to move to the UK and needs
Oh, my
access to all of
word.
the crazy stuff that they used inside of the security system is so funny to me.
I was like, she's being so obvious. I really thought she was going to get made in that interaction. Like, why are you name dropping the Sterlings? If you are successful with robbing the safe, they're going to trace this back to this person who, like, mentioned the Sterlings and they know exactly how to get into the safe and everything.
So funny.
It was just crazy.
I know, and like the big hat and the giant glasses, like trying to cover your identity, just so funny the whole way through. And then, of course, the Santas. And then there's like all of the weird oversized stuff that Nick keeps wearing to the department store.
Yeah, and the weird tinted sunglasses.
Oh, and this one absolutely killed me. At the very beginning, they do a flashback from the very beginning and then also again at the end. The two of them wearing striped shirts like a cartoon burglar.
That destroyed me.
That's not what you wear.
the knitted baklavas with the patterns on them.
What, did your mom make those for you? That's
That
crazy.
was so funny. The outfits were insane.
I can't.
It was like bank robber costume that they got. Why?
Unbelievable.
And then, of course, we have the true hidden identity, the fact that Sophia is Mr. Sterling's daughter.
Okay, I'm transitioning now. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans! What, so you can talk more about?
That's not how DNA works.
No.
That's not how DNA works.
You don't have the same DNA. The composition is different.
No.
What's happening?
You only have half. That's not how a DNA scanner is going to work.
No.
I thought that they were going to do something really simple, like go over to the side and find a cup that he used recently, and some of his DNA will be on it.
Yeah.
This is crazy, guys.
I thought that's what they were going to do. I also thought, because it felt like this was what was being telegraphed, I thought Nick was going to be his son. Like, I thought that was going to be the reveal. So I was like, oh, it's Sophie. Okay.
That one for me, the moment she said, my mom got pregnant at 18 and she lost her job for it, I went, your mom worked at the department store and she got pregnant by that guy.
Okay, well, you were paying more attention than I was. I really thought it was Nick because he's like very ominously, yes, he is a terrible man. I know. I thought it was some daddy issues going on.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was, but just with someone else.
Yeah, that one I was like, as soon as he said, I never got paid, I was like, okay, so you robbed him because he never paid you and you just literally only stole the amount that you were owed? No. And not quite that, but it's related.
Yeah. But again, back to the main shenanigan. That's not how DNA works.
That's not how DNA works. It drives me
That's
crazy.
not how it works.
And also, it's not necessary. That's not where the reveal has to be. You could just do it later.
Yeah, like it's okay. Also, that's a major security flaw in the safe if that's how DNA works, because it means like anyone with like any amount of shared DNA with you will be able to open the safe.
Honestly, that would be kind of okay if what you want is just the general family to have access. So you're just looking for certain markers, which would like work, but did he have any kids? Like there's no reason for them to have programmed it like that.
Doesn't make sense.
That drove me crazy. That's wild.
The opening sequence shenanigans where we meet these two characters. We see Sophia stealing the wallet from the guy who chased the buskers away and takes the money from his wallet to give to the buskers.
Oh, I love that so much.
What a nice way to introduce that character.
And then she saves the coffee card
Yeah.
and she gives it to the security guy.
It's be Robin Hood.
Waste not, want not. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm here for it. That's chaotic good, folks.
That's the epitome of chaotic good. And then we meet Nick, who's helping this older gentleman with his phone. And Nick is like, all sorted. And the guy is like, you didn't do anything. And Nick is just like, your phone was on silent. Problem solved.
Classic. And the old man being so grumpy about it. What does he grumble? Like, useless. Yeah, you are, sir. Like, you spent a bunch of money and time to fix something that didn't need fixing.
There was nothing wrong with it.
Crazy. I also just love the scam that she pulled with the dog collar and the diamonds.
That was ingenious.
I love the idea of her going down there. I wanted it to go a step further. I wanted her to have the plausible deniability, like, hey, I brought it down there. You know I did. I entered it into the system. What do you mean it's gone? And then she like gets to pocket the money. But I also like that. That was fun.
Yeah, and really clever. And again, showing her chaotic good because the dog's owner was being really rude to one of the other salespeople and being really horrible about the whole interaction.
Yeah, which is classic.
No surprises there.
I do think that the little switcheroo at the very beginning, you think that they're doing the heist, everything's going great. They cause a commotion in the store because they make it appear like they're out of Mushy Foxes, the toy of the year. And when they get downstairs, the jewels are all missing, the ones that they had planned to steal, starting this discovery of who this man is and like what he's up to. And I loved the way that they handled all of that. I liked the way that they had the patrons at the store fighting. I liked the setup. I liked the big spy energy of it all. Her diving across the desk as the wall's going down. Just very funny stuff there. And also just like, I thought it was really interesting how they quickly built up the Eddie character who got fired as like an absolute doll. He's trying to date someone at the store who she's friends with. They did real good secondary character development as well. I really felt like I kind of knew these characters and they were like individual and unique in a way that a lot of rom-coms don't accomplish.
Yeah. And what was really nice about that whole sequence is it felt really spy-esque, and we have the instrumentals going hard in the background. Then the disappointment of the jewels not being there leading to the rest of the story unfolding, but also the real consequences of the fact that Eddie loses his job over this. It makes the stakes feel more real.
Yeah, and right for the holidays, that just sucks. It's just crazy that this guy would be trying to pull insurance scams and letting people go to actual prison. Like, losing the job is one thing. They can't pin it on Eddie if they can't find the jewels.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't believe they made this other guy go to prison.
That's wild. And having to plea out, which again is something that does happen. It was just
so heavy.
I would like to talk about everything pertaining to Mrs. Sterling, including the attempted seduction.
Lucy Punch is one of my heroes. I love her so much.
Can we give this woman her flowers?
Everything she does is gold.
Because she is amazing.
The second I see her face, I know I'm going to have a fun time.
Yes. She's just absolutely chomping up the scenery. I love her. She's so great.
Giant fan. She's perfect.
Highly, highly underrated.
Yeah, she's so great.
The whole thing of trying to seduce her and how it just goes so terribly from the start. Nick buying the tickets to the gala, trying to chat her up with absolutely no chat, and her being super weirded out about it. Sophia trying to coach Nick through an earpiece, who ends up talking to Mr. Sterling, and Nick is repeating blindly what she's saying. Like, it's just...
Yeah, while they're trying to do the honeypot. It's so dumb.
Such chaos. And the premise of that plan already, I was like, okay, good, you've scrapped that plan where they decide not to try and seduce her, because I'm like, this tiny little fop in this massive ass house that they probably have, how are you even going to begin to look to find it?
Right.
When you're supposed to be seducing this woman? Like, when are you going to get the opportunity to search the house from top to bottom for this tiny little thing?
Yeah, I guess, like, maybe go to the bedroom and check that area first, but, like, I don't know what he was doing.
Right. And my first thought was, like, if this thing is so important, surely they have an at-home safe as well, like a small one, for certain important things
right?
to go into. It's not just going to be lying on the bedside table, you know?
In which case, Sophia needs to get in there since she's the lockpick.
Right. But that Mrs. Sterling figures it out so quickly, like, recognized Nick, because of course, why wouldn't you? And then overhears him in the bathroom conspiring. And one of her lines in this is so funny when she catches Sophia as well, and they're sitting there like scolded school children. And Cynthia is like, well, I could call security and tell them that I'm being harassed by a sexually depraved repeat offender and an American. Same category.
Yep, same level of awful.
That was really funny.
I love that Cynthia had her own grand plans, and I'm so glad that she got hers. I actually kind of wish that they'd given us a little bit more information at the end about where everyone ended up. That's my only kind of qualm with the ending. I would have loved a little bit more because, like, ultimately, Nick deserves reparations. Like, in
Right.
America, you get money if you serve time and ought to not have. And so, like, between the 2 years of his life that they owe him and then the company probably owes him a boatload of money, I would argue that Sophia should be given like a really solid job at one of the holdings since she's actually a child of his.
Yeah, she deserves her inheritance.
She should be given a huge amount. And so, like, I want to know what they got. I want to know how they got themselves set up out of all of this.
Yeah.
Like, we can trust, I hope, that Cynthia is going to do the right thing, but I don't know.
I mean, at least there was a verbal agreement at the very least.
Yeah, but a verbal agreement that they be criminals and that she's just going to do the right thing after they do the bad stuff for her.
Yeah, it's a high risk, high reward.
Well, that's actually going to be the plot of Jingle Bell Heist 2. Cynthia gets what's hers.
It was great. I love the introduction of the character as well, where we see the Sterlings arguing with each other and they're walking up the separate staircases.
Hilarious.
And walking around a cutout in the floor so they don't have to be near each other at all.
Yep.
And the fact that they refuse to get divorced but carry out these affairs. And I love it for her that they didn't get divorced because it means now she owns everything.
Yep. And also at the charity gala, the Sterlings are at the step and repeat doing pictures. And then as soon as it's done, they walk in opposite directions.
Yeah. They loathe each other.
Also, shout out to coming up with the name Archibald Dankworth.
My goodness.
That's crazy.
Just on the fly. He was panicking. They did not prepare for this.
I know.
Like, at all. It actually would have been really funny to see Sophia trying to coach Nick into practicing how to seduce Cynthia. Because, my guy.
Right. There could have been a montage.
What was that opening line?
I also love the little breadcrumbs that they left us for the course of the movie. Like, the allergy and the flowers and leaving the flowers on the front desk. And then the way it came back around at the end was quite fun.
Yes. That was shot in such an entertaining way as well because we already know she's super allergic to flowers. The stakes are really high. We have a close-up of Nick shoving his finger under Sophia's nose. They're holding it together.
They're slowly getting closer and closer on Sophia's face.
We can't see Nick at all, just his hand and his finger. And we're like, is she going to make it? Is she going to make it? And then off camera, we hear the achoo
from Nick.
That was so satisfying.
I also just got a real kick out of this because rom-coms love to say people's names way too much.
Yes.
Perhaps films in general, because they're just trying to really make sure people know who's who.
Yeah.
But if you are dressed as criminals and you are robbing a store and security is on to you and you're running from security, I don't know, like, Sophia, maybe stop saying Nick's name. She said it 3 times before they jumped on top of the house.
I wrote it in all caps with 5 exclamation marks. Stop saying his name. It was driving me crazy.
Stop saying his name. Are you crazy?
Stop saying his name, especially because Nick is known for having robbed this place already. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Also, seemingly you're the only American who works in the store.
They can hear you.
People will recognize your voice. Shut up and then stop saying his name.
I cannot. This is so dumb.
It was so stressful. I mean, I knew they were going to get away with it, but I was like, stop saying this poor man's name and just stop using your American accent. If there were ever a time to use a hidden identity voice or put on a fake voice or whatever, now's the time to do it.
Unreasonable. So crazy. Why would you do that?
So then they go leaping off a balcony, landing onto this model house construction thing, falling through. And one of the security guards is so funny. He's like, if you're not dead, we've got you surrounded.
Just scare tactic silliness.
But if you're not dead.
I also just love, again, excellent filming, excellent timing, excellent reveals for the audience, that she runs past the security guard. She grabs the tree and throws it behind her to block the path and then then it cuts. A bunch of other stuff happens. You do the big reveal. You realize they weren't pulling the heist you thought they were. They were pulling a bait and switch kind of situation. And then they cut back to another camera angle. She's running. She pulls the tree behind her. And then she gets absolutely dropped by the other security guard. It's so funny and unexpected.
Tackled.
You think she's getting away.
Yeah, you really do.
Very funny. And just the relationships that she's built in the store while she's worked there are so strong
Yeah.
that he trusts her.
That was so touching.
He's like, yeah, I will believe you, and we're all going to walk away from this.
Yeah.
And I hope that he feels vindicated in his choice when he finds out that the jewels are found and that Eddie had been framed as well. But yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. Question on my part. Where did they get these red, flat back, customized backpacks?
I was thinking that
from?
too.
What is going on?
That has to be from Cynthia.
Yeah, it has to be.
Those look expensive, and Cynthia was like, here's some backpacks.
They read, they will look like presents on the display. But I was so distracted by the fact that Sophia's walking in her Sterling's uniform.
Same.
With like this very distinctive backpack across a busy store past all her colleagues. No one is questioning what's going on with the backpack. That looks very specific.
Yeah, I guess like for the holidays too, because everyone's so busy, she didn't draw any attention to herself, and she
Yeah.
immediately brought it into the Santa village and hid it amongst the gifts so it looks like a wrapped gift. I was like, okay, we're getting rid of it. We'll come back for it later.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty smart. But yeah, I also was like, what are you doing? That's so conspicuous.
Yes. Highly conspicuous. I'll put a picture of what the backpack looks like in stories because it's incredibly distinctive.
It's so geometric.
Yes. And expensive looking. And it doesn't look like something you could just explain away with like, oh, I just need something from my backpack. If someone asks about it while she's walking across the store, like it looks specific.
At the end there too, when things go right and Mr. Sterling gets arrested, how did the press get there so quick? They are mobbed in the front. How?
Christmas Eve, it's a slow news day? I don't know. Movie shenanigans.
That's impressive. They really showed
The
up.
response time. Maybe everyone just really hates Mr. Sterling in London.
Right?
And they're excited that he got his comeuppance.
Fair enough.
Maybe Cynthia called them.
Ah.
I'm sure she has pull, you know?
Oh, wait, no, I remember now. They came out of the safe and the press was there. That was in the montage after. I forgot. When they finally explained that the jewels were in there, that's right. It was a throwaway. They came out of the safe and they were like, we have to get the timing right. So we call the police now.
Police, yeah.
People listen to police radios. And so maybe that.
True.
Whatever.
A line from Nick's daughter that I really found very funny was when Nick and his ex are having it outside, away from the kid and the roommate, but you could still hear what's going on, and she's just had it, which I can also understand. And the daughter turns to the best friend and she's like, I like your shitty boy cave. That was so funny that they're calling it a boy cave and not a man cave.
I think that's really funny from the ex-wife's part, and I do love that kid.
Me too. It was very pointed and very hilarious.
That was also just so heavy. Like, man, imagine nobody believes you and like she didn't believe anything you did.
It's so intense.
That's just what I mean. It was a little too heavy in so many places.
Yeah, the stakes are so high for this Christmas romp of a film. He's going to lose his daughter. His ex divorced him because she thought he was a criminal. No one believes him. Like, it's so sad. I have one more thing about the alleged magician grandfather.
Oh, yes.
When Nick buys the tickets and he says to Sophia, well, if you're happy the heisting is done, I guess we have no use for these tickets that I bought. And then he's like, I'm gonna need a tux. Cut to him in the tux. Starts to pull. It's the magic trick thing with the never-ending handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
And Sophia comes over and is like, oh, that was my grandfather's tux. No shit.
I also was just absolutely not expecting that.
Yeah.
Why would you have traveled from Philly with your grandfather's tux?
That was what I was thinking.
It doesn't make sense. You would have gotten rid of it, unfortunately. Like, you don't have any men to wear that. There's no reason you ought to travel with it.
Yeah, why would you hold on to it? Also, we didn't really get a timeline on when the grandfather died. I understand they've been living in England for not too long because they moved over for the healthcare, which was, very dark. Anyway, how long has the grandpa been dead for?
Who knows?
First of all. And then second of all, like you said, why are we moving across the Atlantic with this dead man's tux?
And then the part that is also additionally confounding is that Sophia works at a department store. Can't she have gotten something?
That's what I thought we were going with this. I thought we were going to get a montage.
Yeah, like a backstage montage
Tux fittings.
where we get to see the stuff in the racks in the back area where no one else gets to access, like things that are not going to go out to shelf.
I really thought that's what we were going to get. After hours department store shopping. So Nick can get a tux. I was not expecting dead grandpa's never-ending handkerchief tux.
Dumb.
Well, I guess that leaves us to
A fun fab fail.
I'm really not sure with this one.
I don't know how I feel. So I think I have two things.
Okay, hit me.
As a heist film meets a rom-com, it's absolutely fab. But as a rom-com itself, it's kind of a fail. I don't think the tone is light enough for a rom-com to be feel good.
Yeah.
But it is super successful at what it set out to do, I think.
No, I agree. I was going between rating it as sort of a fun, fine, not really sure, because I enjoyed watching this. I think, as we've spoken about, the characters are super well-rounded. Everything's quite grounded in reality. But because it's a heist and a rom-com, it kind of sometimes took me out emotionally to catch up because I'm really invested. The acting was really good as well. Like, I care about them. But somehow the drama was pushed a little bit too much and it made it difficult to enjoy some of the more zany aspects, and therefore tonally overall it didn't feel like big, fun, romantic, magical, like swept up in all of this. Like, the slow burn was good, but I think I would have had more fun seeing enemies to lovers. Like, I missed some of that tension just because the rest of it was so serious.
And I also think that personally, they didn't go zany enough. I don't think they had enough fun.
No, they didn't.
I don't think it was silly and campy enough.
Yeah.
I think a good example of a mashup that was really zany and fun and a really good fab and nailed the execution and being weird is Lovebirds. Lovebirds is a weird mashup that's similar to this, but the execution is better because the parts that are outlandish are way funnier.
They pushed it so far in that film, and that's why it was more successful.
And the drama with the main couple is significantly more light and fluffy. They're just fighting over mundane things because they're frustrated with each other, and this kind of re-energizes their relationship. The stakes are lower, so it feels more fun.
You can give yourself over to the romp and the insanity. I mean, they're trying to brand them with a cow prong thingy or whatever those things are called.
Yeah. People get kicked in the chest by a horse.
Yes. We at like a masked
sex cabal.
Yeah. Like, it goes super extreme, and I needed a little bit more of, not like that specifically, but of the craziness, high stakes. And I think it was difficult to do that when we keep cutting to this very heavy, dramatic, sad stories. Like, it's so sad.
The big difference between a comedy and a drama, like, if you watch an episodic, the very biggest difference between a comedy and a drama is that the stakes are high in everything.
Yeah.
You must always have high stakes, otherwise there is no story.
Yes.
But the situations are either very serious or very non-serious, and comedy comes from treating non-serious things like it's the highest stakes thing ever.
And that's why it's funny.
And you can't do that if this guy is going to lose access to his child even though he's innocent, and Sophia never gets to have a dad because her dad was a scumbag. Like, this is too much. That's too serious.
And if she can't come up with the money, her mum isn't going to be able to get into this experimental program, and she's going to die.
Yeah. Also, too, experimental trials are not a sure thing.
No.
There's placebos in those. Like,
exactly.
This is crazy. It's too much.
I don't know where we
It's way
landed
too
on this in terms of a rating, but those Those are our musings.
Yeah. A fabulous execution of what they set out to do
Mhm.
and a fail for a rom-com. It's too
Yeah.
stressful.
Yes.
So don't expect fuzzies.
I don't feel good after watching this. I thought it was very successful. I enjoyed the acting. Like, there was a lot to enjoy about this movie, but I didn't finish it being like, "Aw, that was so cute. I'm all in the Christmas spirit now."
Yeah, that's not what you're getting.
I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that brings us to our favorite moment.
give me the cheese.
Give me the cheese, please.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. 3, 2,
Two,
1. Peppermint
Eggnog.
latte.
Oh, we both did drinks.
Yay.
Festive drinks.
I don't know who went first last, of course.
I have no idea. I can go first.
Okay.
I chose eggnog because I have a complicated relationship with eggnog, much like this movie.
I almost chose that.
Oh, that would have been so cool if we did the same thing.
I have it written down on my paper and I scratched it out.
Oh, man. That would have been so cool. Anyway, you already know because you almost chose it. As someone who has a lactose sensitivity, I mean, already there's going to be a complicated relationship there. In addition to it, I feel like eggnog has to be at a specific temperature to really enjoy it. And as soon as it starts to get slightly warmer, it becomes super thick and heavy.
Yeah, no one wants to drink warm goo.
And it's just like, it's too much. And 1 cup of eggnog is more than enough. It's not like a Christmas cocktail or even like some mulled wine if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or, you know, a G&T, which we drink a lot over Christmas time. Like, it's not a Moorish sort of thing. It's enjoyable up to a point. And that's kind of how I felt about this film. It's like, okay, it's enough now. Give me something that's light and fun to drink. But, like, give me something that's light and fun in this film as well. Like, it's just too much. It's doing too much. It's too heavy.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
That's not to say eggnog can't be enjoyable. There's a lot to enjoy about this film. But it's just too much. Doing too much. That's me. That's it. Let's hear about your holiday-flavored drink.
Yay. Okay, I went with a peppermint latte. So, like, you go to the coffee store and you're like, hey, I want something festive. And they're like, our special for the holidays is a peppermint latte. And you're like, that sounds festive. I'll have one of those. And you're very excited about it. And then you go and you grab it and you're like, warming. Rom-com. You go to have a little sip. And the first thing that you get is a little bit of the foam. You're like, yeah, light and fluffy. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And then you like sip your drink. And then you get to the actual meat of the drink. You're like in the actual milk.
Yeah.
Whether you like a regular cow's milk or an almond, I don't care, your choice. But you get there and ooh, what's that? That is a lot of pumps of peppermint syrup that they put in this bad boy. It is very sweet at times, and it is also a little too spicy at times. And now that you've had a singular sip of it, of the actual drink, you think to yourself, hey, I really wish I had done this at like half sugar. I wish we had gone half as hard as we've chosen to go.
Maybe just like 2 pumps of peppermint.
Yeah.
Maybe just 1.
And not like the standard crazy American version of sweetness, which is like 6 pumps. Like, I wish I had 2 pumps.
6? 6?
Yeah.
Damn.
We do like 6 pumps in a medium. I think it's like 2 per size.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't drink coffee at all. So that is very new, terrifying news to me.
Despite what I order, if I ever feel like I'm in the mood for a flavored latte or something more fun, I always ask for half sugar because that stuff gets crazy. So yeah, like the intentions are there and the execution could be there. It's real close. It's just a little too much of everything. And it is offensive to the senses when what you wanted was Christmas joy.
Offensive to the senses.
I feel slightly duped, but
Right.
also I asked for this. So it's like, it's a lot.
Ah.
And that's why it feels like a peppermint latte.
That's so funny that we both chose festive drinks.
Yeah, because it's like rom-com adjacent. I didn't want to give it a cheese.
It's cheese adjacent. I also didn't want to give it a cheese.
It's milky, but I don't know.
The jury's out on that one.
Well, everyone,
Oh gosh.
there you have it. That was our discussion of Jingle Bell Heist.
Let us know your thoughts on the movie, any shenanigans we may have missed, or what cheese you think it is, or holiday flavored drink.
Or holiday flavored drink. You can follow us on Instagram at shenanigansensuepod, or you can email us at shenanigansensuepod@gmail.com.
We hope you'll join us next time, and until then,
Everyone deserves to be with someone they can trust.
Bye.
Bye. Thank goodness. Justice for Nick.
Yeah.
Justice for Sophia.
And justice for us.
And justice for everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We hope you have a wonderful festive season.
Yeah.
And we will see you in January.
Yeah.